What is going down, everybody? Thank you for joining us here for MojoBreak.com's The Hype. This is episode 5. 5 weeks in a row. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're going to be joined by Brian Gray from Leaf Trading Cards. He's going to discuss his big national plans as well as some other good stuff. So I'm joined by Dan. What's going on?
What's up?
C-Rad, what's going on?
What's up, guys? Here's some background noise. Oops, let me get close.
There's definitely some background. There we go. Now we got it.
Echo, echo, echo.
That was going to drive me nuts.
Good.
So
we got it, though.
We've got some topics. We're going to start off the day talking about the new release, Allen and Ginter. We're going to talk about some NSCC stuff. Kaepernick. Brian Gray is going to join us at the end, probably in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So this is going to be a really fun show. There'll be a giveaway attached to this as well, so look for that. So let's start with some Ginter. Dan, what did you think? You ripped it this morning. 2017 Allen and Ginter baseball.
It's exciting. It's good stuff. You're getting about, seems like it's like one auto every other box. It's 3 hits per box. It has the framed mini autos, as you can see that Mike Trout up on the screen there. There is a Aaron Judge rip card, and if people are not familiar with rip cards, they've been doing it for as long as I remember busting Allen and Ginter. But there is a short print mini that's embedded into the rip card. So that one right there, I probably would not rip that one that we're looking at, the Aaron Judge. I think, Doug, you'd probably hold on to that as well or sell it.
Yeah, because the consensus with the rip cards, if it's a kind of a player like we pulled Ozzie Smith today to 60, it's probably not going to sell as much as the SP inside. Now, on the inside of this could be a 1-of-1. It could be a short print auto. It could be a metal card. There's a lot of different things it could be. So that's the dream. That's very innovative, and it makes it exciting. And everybody wants to see these things rip, especially when we're doing it live on camera, to see what's on the inside. So today we actually had 2 people in the chat that decided to rip, and you can actually see those on our Instagram page. We went live with that. So if you follow us on Instagram, mojobreak_com, you can see us ripping the cards and what we got inside. One of them was a Carlos Correa mini. And the other one was a Sandy Koufax.
Sandy Koufax short print mini.
And you can only get those short print minis in the rip cards. So that makes them more valuable for set collectors. It makes them, some huge chase in there. So that's just one of the elements to Ginter. I mean, there's a lot of wackiness in Ginter. And then plus with this year's rookies that are on fire right now with Judge, Bregman, Bellinger's in here. It's a hot set. It's already gone up at blowout cards, gone up on the secondary market. People are chasing. They got dinosaur teeth. They've got autos of Floyd Mayweather. They have Tom Arnold. They got the Beer Mile champion. They got Stephen A. Smith. So there's a lot of non-baseball subjects involved in this set as well. Ian Happ's got a rookie card, which really hasn't had much this year in ways of rookie cards for the Cubs. So he's in here. You can see the Floyd Mayweather pictures. All in all, Ginter gets a good thumbs up, and if you're looking to buy a box, it's fairly affordable compared to some of the other stuff that's gone up, like Finest and some of the other releases, Museum, that have jumped to almost $300 a box. This should probably still be around maybe $150 a box in the shop, and a lot of shops probably sell packs too, so you can get a couple packs of this and get some really, really cool, interesting stuff. You just never know what's going to come out of Ginter. Every year is a little bit different, new subjects, and they also have the code, which is beyond my intelligence level to figure this thing out. But they have a code that if you crack the code and you're first to crack the code, you will get a whole auto set from this set, and they're all 1-of-1s. They're specifically called Codebreaker 1-of-1s, and that's huge. Because you got the 1-of-1 Aaron Judge, you'll get the 1-of-1 Bellinger, you'll get all the autos, and they'll be specific. So I'm sure there's a lot of people cracking the code, and I don't think this code's going to last very long. It's going to be probably cracked within the next couple days here as people working feverishly trying to crack this code. So another awesome element to Ginter. But we're going to have more breaks today. We've got a random that actually the random sold out. We have some eBay breaks, and we've got more Ginter throughout the week, so be sure to check us out on that. And there was also another slew of new releases today, too.
I thought you already cracked it. You're like the smartest. You're like the smartest guy I know.
Not just based on head size, man.
I thought you already. Thought you were like, oh, I got it. I'm just gonna let somebody else figure it out, though.
No, man. I don't have the attention span to research and do like mysteries and figure stuff out. I can't do that.
Do mysteries? All right.
Yeah. As far as I got was the choose your own adventure. Did you ever do that as a kid?
Yeah. When you basically read the book and you can go to like different pages and
I died. I got to start over. Conrad, you ever do those?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, save yourself some time.
That must be our era.
Must be. Well, C-Rad's not
What the
that far
heck?
from. Yeah.
I'm the same age as you
I
guys.
know. Well,
No.
Dan's a get off my lawn type of guy. He's
I'm
he's 34 going on 65.
pretty much.
He just learned today that on Facebook you can change your cover photo.
Yeah.
You didn't know that.
I don't do Facebook.
Guess not.
I got things I got to do. I can't be rocking the social media scene.
I'll make sure I hit you up on your pager when I'm trying to get a hold of
Dude, you know what? I do know pager code though, so if you want to like hit me up, it's basically text before texting, and I can walk you through that if you want.
you. Yeah.
It's an important skill to have, knowing pager code.
Yeah. How do you say hello?
43770.
Wow, right off the dome there. He's not even messing around. He knows it. How about we'll just do a whole episode on pager code, guys. We'll get you up on it, and then we'll go retro, and we'll all have pagers. But Optics coming out today as well. That has Judge in it. It's all Mickey Mantle's on the cover. Mickey Mantle's now an exclusive to Panini, so there's parallels on Mickey Mantle. I don't think there'll be any on-card autos of Mickey in the set.
Probably not.
No, I don't
Probably
think we'll
not.
get those. But
But you got to expect in later releases they're probably gonna have some cuts.
yeah.
So maybe in Immaculate coming out, maybe Immaculate Baseball have some cuts of Mickey Mantle.
Yeah. You might.
Maybe some bat knobs, maybe something crazy like that. So
Yeah.
they're gonna definitely do whatever they can to utilize that license and right out of the gate.
I'm sure they went in the closet. You may get a popcorn butter stained shirt of Mickey Mantle when he was going to the movies, like in the 70s. Might have that in the car. You don't know what kind of food.
Butter that's a lot of butter. In order like enough butter to stain your T-shirt.
Yeah, it's possible, man. I always bring like 17 napkins when I get popcorn, just so I don't get any butter on my.
Do you do the butter your own popcorn?
No, they do it for you.
Because I remember there used to be a handful of places where they're just like there's a butter machine and you could just go at it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if those exist anymore.
Just put your mouth underneath it and just
You're
go
just all-
at it.
Do you have like a 40-ounce cup that I can use because I just want to get like some butter to go?
AMC does that now. They let you.
Oh, they do?
Oh, nice, nice. I know
That's a terrible idea.
I usually have them do it the halfway through and then on the top. You know what I'm saying?
You ever go, hey man, you're a little light on that butter there. Can you get me some more?
Well, so we got Optic, we've got Grand Reserve and Pantheon. So Grand Reserve basketball, we just did a break. You can actually go on Ustream and watch the break. You can also hear Conrad eating his lunch at the same time.
Num.
Chick-fil-A.
We accidentally had the mic hooked up while out here while Dan was doing the break, and there was some going on. I don't think it was that bad as smacking because I think I'm the smacker of the three. But there was. You could check out the Grand Reserve. We got more Grand Reserve today. We also have Pantheon football came out today, and they've got a lot of on-card autos. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, a lot of good chases, and the 2017 rookie patch autos as well. So that should be fun. We'll be doing that later today as well, and I think there's some teams on sale for that.
Most importantly, Derek Carr.
Oh no.
Yeah,
For
you
the
mean
Las Vegas Raiders?
you mean David Carr, right?
Well, before you go to the next screen, I wanted to go ahead and prompt this because the White Sox seem to be killing people's PCs lately. Literally killing people's PCs. You were collecting Eloy Jimenez, you were collecting Yohan Moncada, and now victim Blake Rutherford. Card values are probably gone down. You're probably bummed out. You probably could have got 500 for Blake Rutherford. Now it's like more like 300 until he plays. So I think there's a consensus, and this isn't for the team. This is strictly hobby on that next screen. I think this is what some people are saying. Just why? You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, dude!
If you're a Bellinger, or if you're a Rutherford, if you're a Moncada Red Sox guy, and if you're a if you're an Eloy Jimenez, your PC just got destroyed right now.
Yeah, but I mean, why are you hating on the White Sox?
From the hobby standpoint.
Dude, what if all those guys perform? The value will be there for. I mean, I don't know why. They're not even a small market team.
And we can show the next screen. These are the two next shots are the cards of the guys that have gotten traded. So Rutherford's now on the White Sox, Eloy's on the White Sox, and Moncada was off season. But
who did the Cubs get for Jimenez?
The Cubs got Quintana.
Oh,
but he actually came out had 13 strikeouts his first game.
Yeah, no, I get that. Would you give up Jimenez for Quintana. I guess
if you're going for it now,
I guess it's a proven pitcher for a guy who's in the minors.
If you're going for it now, you still got Bryant Rizzo locked down. You got guys got hitting the ball
Who's
right
Bryant
now.
Rizzo?
Bryant Rizzo. They had a baby. No, but what I'm saying is think of a guy over the last 7 years that has changed teams from his Bowman card, and he's selling well. Think about it. Is there anybody? Can
No,
you name
I know.
anybody? Crickets.
We've had this.
Crickets.
We've had this conversation before. It never helps. It never. I mean, in the instance, let's maybe Clint Frazier, because he went to the Yankees. His cards went up a little bit, but look at Anderson Espinoza going from the Red Sox to the Padres organization. Right. Yeah, I mean it's tough.
So that goes back to the hobby saying F the White Sox, because a lot of people invested heavy in Eloy.
But I mean, what happens to that card that we're looking at right there if Moncada comes out, debut with the White Sox, hits a couple home runs, a little 3-for-4 action, and maybe goes on a hot streak for about 10 days? His cards go up, regardless of it being a Red Sox card, and he's on the White Sox.
No, I know, and I'm saying it's
still Sox.
Still, well,
red, white.
Yeah. Which would you rather have a PC of? It's like the A's of the Giants, man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Conrad, A's fan. No, it's just, I know it's inevitable with baseball. There's going to be trades, and it's going to happen. But as a prospector and as a person that's looking maybe to have their investment grow, there's a lot of you guys out there that buy that bought a bunch of Moncadas, got them graded like this one, and we're hoping for a bigger return on your investment. And sometimes that makes it, going to another team makes it more challenging, is what I'm trying to say. Hunter Pence was an Astro. He sold well. He went to the Giants and had a better career, and his card sold for nothing.
Well, he's on the Phillies in between there, but
right. But the end customers that buy these cards when these guys pop are fans of the team they're on currently. So if Moncada blows up, these guys are going to want the White Sox auto. They're going to want the White, and the White Sox is going to be his second auto or his third auto. It's not going to sell as good as first. Bowman first always sells the best. So it's a little bit of a challenge when your guy moves, and in order to retain value, unless he, if he becomes Aaron Judge, it doesn't matter.
What about Swanson? Same.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's got a Diamondback one.
But he was originally on the Diamondbacks, which historically Diamondbacks don't sell for that well.
Yeah.
That much. Look at Paul Goldschmidt.
Yep.
Doesn't sell for as much as he should. He goes to the Braves. If anything, I think that might help his overall value.
Yeah, that in that situation I thought, but he's not performing, so it's hard to say right now.
Sitting 220.
It's not performing.
He'd fit right in with the Giants.
Yeah, he might be the best hitter on the team there. But
you have internet connection over there?
Me?
Yeah,
I think so.
I lost mine, so I don't even know if we're live right now.
Well, it's because I have an Apple and you don't. So
it's cool.
But what I was going to say is, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next. This is Ice Cube. He's like, what the heck, man? My cards just got put on different teams. So that was his reaction to that. It was kind of a bad lead-in, but I tried.
That was tough.
But we wanted to talk about our national. The national's going down next week, guys, starting Tuesday. And we have some national breaks that include silver packs, and we're also giving away a vacation. So
talking about the vacation,
a break on mojobreak.com that's marked NSCC will get you entered in to win the grand prize, which is an all expense paid trip to the 2018 National in Cleveland, and entry into the VIP party, which you get all the silver packs, the gold packs, mingling around with the athletes. And I think I have some screenshots of the national up here next.
Is that confirmed? We're going back to Cleveland. Huh?
Going back to Cleveland. So the grand prize. So for every spot you buy, you're going to be entered in to win. So if you buy 100 spots, you'll have 100 entries in. There's also other prizes. There's cases. There's going to be 40 total prizes. So you could be hanging out with Scottie Pippen, Sean Kemp, Allen Iverson, and that is Reggie Jackson. That was last year's national. And there's free food. So you can shove your face as well.
The food's it's free. I guess it's free.
And I don't know whose picture I took there, so if you want to email me, and I'll give you photo credits to your name. Eating.
It's messed up.
But how was the food last year? It was good.
I didn't really get a chance to eat. There's been a handful of these parties I've been to where I just don't get a chance. There's so much fun stuff going on. It's hard to sit down and eat.
It is. There's a lot of stuff going down. And if you're at the National, come by our booth. We're in the Breakers Pavilion.
You know, that picture right there was taken really, really early. I think they had just opened it up because it looks empty there.
Yeah.
It looks like a ghost town. But that ended up being completely full in about a half an hour, 45 minutes. They had a huge line for people to get in there. So, yeah, the party's hopping a little bit better than that.
You could be part of that just for buying into breaks. I mean, you can get some awesome hits and get a chance to go to next year's National.
Plus, you get to hang out with us.
Yeah, we're fun.
That's fun. That's
you get to listen to Dan talk about how much he hates Apple and how much he loves the Rams, and it's fun conversation.
It's a lot of get off my lawn type of conversation.
Definitely. So and then there's silver packs, there's gold packs.
There's Scottie Pippen again and Allen Iverson. In case you didn't see him the first time, you get to see him again.
So I went for shock value on putting up the next title, as you can see, titties. Now the reason I brought up this story is because it's kind of interesting. So a company made this, not Titleist. Obviously, Titleist is the design there. Titleist is suing this company.
They're suing titties?
Yes, in general.
Okay.
They're suing. I guess these hats are being sold like crazy, right? So they came in there. We'll get to Kaepernick next, but they came in there and they're suing them. And I was like, but how many designs are being used? Like the Coca-Cola design, the font is used, the Metallica font's used, and stuff like that. Do you think that any golfer that's on the golf course that's seeing somebody wear a titties hat is saying, oh, I'm going to go on the Titleist and see if I can buy this hat? They know it's not from Titleist.
Well, yeah, you also see, is it Tapatio? That design gets used a lot, like that font. There's a lot of stuff that gets used.
The comic book font.
But dude, that's their font. I actually, when I first saw it, I thought it was the golf ball company.
I thought it was very innovative, and obviously they're probably selling a lot of hats to the point where
innovative.
Well, I mean, it's funny. I mean, it got a giggle out of me in my 6th grade humor.
I don't know about innovative.
You see somebody on the
what's the 2 for?
Well, how many are there?
Well, it depends. In the movie Total Recall, there was 3.
So, but yeah, I just thought it was kind of an interesting story that somebody's trying to make a buck, and this big company's coming in and saying, no, you can't use that, even though it has nothing to do with our golf brand or nothing. I mean, I don't even think anybody thought they would be associated with Titleist, but interesting. So I wanted to move on to Kaepernick. Mike Vick came out and said that Kaepernick would probably fare better if he changed his hairstyle, either cut it or put it into cornrows to look more professional.
That's funny. that look on his face is like, it's priceless.
So I did some research. I'm a Niner fan, so this may be coming a bias.
Are you?
I've had a love.
Sure?
I've had a love-hate relationship with Kaepernick, but the numbers don't lie. He has the highest QB rating. He's 11th in active QB ratings out of all the players. He's 5-6 year career now. The guy's probably more serviceable than 20 or 30 of the other quarterbacks in the league that are employed, and that's generous. So literally, this guy standing for his cause is preventing him from having a job.
I disagree. I absolutely disagree with. And I'm not a Niner fan. That's a true statement. Not a fan. Not a fan of Kaepernick. Nothing. I have nothing to do with the off the field stuff. I just don't like the way he plays football. But and I don't like the team he plays for. But again,
a lot of hate.
Again, and their fans.
I agree with Doug. I've been following this story a little bit too. There are definitely quarterbacks that are way worse
how about
in football terms that are employed in the NFL.
Name one quarterback, both of you guys, name one quarterback that you truly feel that Kaepernick would be a better fit for that team and have a better chance of winning games.
Well, the numbers don't lie. Go to 2 more slides. The numbers don't lie.
So we don't. There is none, and I know Jared Goff is one of them.
Right here, this next one. So that's the active QB rating right now. So you see Kaepernick's 11. So you got Carson Palmer. You got your boy Derek Carr, who's the highest paid quarterback that has a lower quarterback rating than Colin Kaepernick. You've got Stafford. You got Luck that are lower.
Matt Schaub is up there.
Well,
he doesn't have a job either, and he's higher than Kaepernick. Dude, this is bullshit. Andy Dalton sucks. He's even better. Come on.
But everybody else, there's 15 guys up there that are the star of their team.
Dude, this is... I think that was actually made in Google Sheets. You made that.
No, I did not. I got it from Pro Football Reference.
You made that.
I'm just saying. I don't want him to be the quarterback for the 49ers because I think we need to move on. But I'm just saying there's some teams out there, including your Rams. There's some teams out there like maybe the Texans, maybe the Browns that could use Colin Kaepernick.
Like, according to this, it's like, okay, I can have Derek Carr as my quarterback, or I can have Colin Kaepernick. That's crazy. I can have Andrew Luck, Kaepernick over Luck. Give me a break. That is
last year, Kaepernick had his best season. He was 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. His interception total went down, and he had a higher QB rating of his career, including when he went to the Super Bowl.
Cool. And
last year,
how many games they won?
They won 2 games.
They won 2 games
against who?
Against the Rams.
Yeah.
A really, really bad Rams team.
But he had Jeremy Curley. He had no tight end. Vance McDonald was in and out. And who else? Can you name another receiver he was throwing to other than Jeremy Curley? I barely can.
QP, Quentin Patton.
He was hurt. He was in and out.
There was.
I got a list for you, Dan.
Yeah.
Here, I pulled it.
Oh, you got a list for me?
Yep. These are the 20 quarterbacks that were signed instead of Colin Kaepernick in this offseason. Mike Glennon.
Yeah, good player.
Brian Hoyer.
Wait, say better or worse than Cap?
Mike Glennon.
Hold
okay.
Let me finish this list.
And I'll do this, and it'll be, and I'll
just say one name, and he's gonna say better or worse.
Yeah, fine.
Mike Glennon.
Mike Glennon is worse than Kaepernick.
Brian Hoyer.
Worse than Kaepernick.
Nick Foles.
Worse than Kaepernick.
Josh McCown.
Worse than Kaepernick.
Landry Jones.
He's got a cool head.
Matt Barkley.
Probably worse than Kaepernick. Yeah,
But Fumble Sanchez got a deal.
Worse than Kaepernick.
Geno Smith.
Well, you never. I mean, give him a chance, but yeah, worse than Kaepernick. Okay.
Josh Johnson. Like,
Josh Johnson?
Yes.
He got signed
from the Buccaneers.
He was a Niner at one point too.
Yeah, I'd probably go Kaepernick with that.
EJ Manuel.
Kaepernick.
Kellen Moore.
Now, besides Glennon, none of these guys got signed to actually play football and start.
Right.
These are all like, but these are all second.
The point is that they were given chances.
But you also don't know what their contract was. Landry Jones probably got signed for a lot less than Kaepernick would play for or sign for.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of these guys, we may be talking like veteran league minimum for a lot of these guys.
Matt McGloin got signed again, for God's sakes.
That's what I'm saying.
I actually may go Matt McGloin over. No, with all serious, Matt McGloin has looked pretty good when he's played. So I may go Matt McGloin.
Now, and I know what it is. It's he's standing up for America. He's not standing up for America, and that's kind of that's why people don't want the distraction on the team. He's standing up for a cause, and I think people think that he's going to get distracted because of that. But his numbers have said that he's not distracted because of it.
He won 2 games, and he couldn't even, at the beginning of the year, he couldn't even win a job against Christian Ponder and who else? Who else was starting?
Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert.
He started.
He could not win the job.
Well, he won the job over Gabbert in the midseason.
No, at a default. Like they had to put him in there.
I'm just saying,
Blaine Gabbert
because
he
also didn't he rework his contract so he can play?
Yeah.
So they would not have played him if he didn't do that.
Here is my because we got to move on and get Brian on the show. Here is my sleeper prediction. Now don't go out and buy Kaepernick cards unless you get a really good deal. But I'm picturing something crazy, like say a team like the Steelers, or a team that's like, let's say 6-2, and their main quarterback out for the season. Kaepernick can come in there and continue that.
Kaepernick can come in there, and
that's where I think he's going to get a job. I think he's going to get a job when somebody absolutely needs it, and then he's going to step up, and you may see a crazy bump in some of his cards, like momentarily. So
Kaepernick could come in there and he could turn that 6-2 season into a 6-10 season instantly.
I just think it's interesting. It's interesting
Dude,
on social media.
Dude, I'm sorry. You judge a quarterback based on wins in this league, and he won 2 games. Actually, did he? He didn't even win the first game.
Well, I was trying to get a comment from Mike.
He actually won 1 game.
I tried to get a comment from Mike Vick, but he didn't have the time.
Oh, because he's busy hanging out with you?
Yeah. No, I was asking him that. He's busy. He's busy at the rookie symposium. Yeah, I'm a name dropper. But, yeah. So, I don't know. Kaepernick may get a job, may not. It's very, very interesting. I think in the history of the NFL, we've never seen a situation where a quarterback actually has the numbers to be on a team and he's not. So,
I like how Michael Vick is pointing at you. He's like, this guy right here.
and I think I'm pointing at myself.
You are. You're right, Michael. Me.
What about me?
What about me?
What about me? I need to get me one of those shirts too. All right, so we're gonna do this on the fly. We're gonna bring in Brian via Skype, and so let me go ahead and give Brian a call. We're gonna bring him on and talk about all the fun Leaf stuff.
And I apologize. I actually do not have the chat up right now, so if anybody's saying anything in the chat, I apologize.
Hello, this is Brian.
Hey, Brian, you're live on the air with the Hype. How's it going?
Hey guys, how you doing?
How you doing, Brian?
Doing good. Getting ready for another crazy national.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, man. Well, it looks like we got some images that we're going to show on the screen about what you have going on for the national. But tell us about your national plans.
Well, I think we have a few pronged attack. Obviously, you know, the manufacturers provide a lot of support for the show in terms of their redemption programs, and for us, it's no different. You know, we have 2 new products launching the Wednesday night of the national. Pop Century, which is the premier celebrity-driven product in the market. And, you know, we always seem to come up with some pretty cool names. But really, no one has managed to do celebrities with as much success as we've been able to with Pop Century. And so I think that's one of those products that every year people just can't wait to get their hands on. So we have a redemption program around that. When you open a box, you get a 1-on-1 blank back.
Nice.
That's special for the show. And if you open a case, you get 6 1-on-1 blank backs plus a 1-on-1 autograph, specific parallel color for the show. So it's kind of a nice little bonus for guys that probably would have opened the product anyway. But we're like, hey, if you come over and enjoy it with us, you know, we want to show some appreciation. Because honestly, we love watching people open our products.
Absolutely.
Not just because they bought them, but because it's fun. I mean, we work hard guys too, so we get a kick out of it. So that's program number 1, you know, which I think that's a fun product.
Yeah, I love opening it every year. I actually usually get a case for myself. What are some of the big names this year that are going to kind of wow people in Pop Century?
Well, I think the biggest card is a dual auto, Carrie Fisher and Daisy Ridley.
Wow.
Which we were blessed to have held back some Carrie Fishers last year to use in this year's Pop Century. Unfortunately, we lost her in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But we kept her for these cards. So these should be some of the bigger Star Wars cards out there. I mean, just having those 2 kind of names together is monster. But again, where we're really strong is coming up with these quirky names that people are like, man, where'd you think of that? So we have all kinds of people like Andrea Bocelli, the opera singer, Richard Dreyfuss, Iggy Azalea. You know, just all kinds of crazy names from all different fields. You know, I think what you're going to find is as eclectic a mix as ever. But then we also bring back some of the old favorites, you know, that you may recognize from past years, and a lot of sketches this year. We increased the number of sketches in the products. You'll have and again, some of them are not maybe the monster names, but the characters are so amazing. Like Jessie from Toy Story, Joan Cusack.
Nice.
Christian Slater, you know, Josh Gad from Frozen. Just all kinds of weird, unique characters that are just, a lot of them are iconic characters. These people will probably never have autograph cards otherwise, but we just know how many people love some of those properties. And so they're just fun. They really are just fun. So I think, again, the checklist is just really diverse. It's a wide range of names, and, again, a wide range of generations. There'll be guys on there where if you didn't watch TV in the 70s, you wouldn't know who they are. But there's also some current guys that your parents wouldn't know.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
So it's always a fun set from that perspective.
What's it like trying to sign some of these guys? I mean, is there any kind of hoops that you have to go through to get some of these guys to autograph for Leaf?
It's tough. I mean, it is tough because, again, these guys make so much money. You know, we talk about the athletes, and we talk about how hard it is to get some of these athletes to sign because of the money. Celebrities are even more difficult because these athletes have been kind of trained from day one that signing autographs for cards and things like that are part of the job. But when you call up, like when we did Britney Spears, when you call up Britney, that's not like something that she learned from the minute she became a star, was that she needed to get prepared to sign cards.
Right.
So educating these people is very, very difficult. That really is a very steep learning curve. But again, we've been blessed that, guys like Peter Capaldi from Doctor Who, Nathan Fillion from, Firefly Castle, all that different stuff. A lot of these guys were a little bit familiar with it, which definitely made it easier to get more and more of those solid middle-range names that I think people are going to like.
Absolutely. Now, you guys got some great press with the LeVar Ball cards that you guys released a couple weeks ago. I mean, it was on ESPN. And, in a couple weeks later, there was also another ESPN article about the hobby with the Dak thing. What do you think about the press the hobby has gotten and obviously specifically with the LeVar Ball thing?
Well, I'll tell you this. On the LeVar Ball front, first things first, we thought that was a unique opportunity. And again, we've never been shy to present things that are on the line of popularity and hatred. Some people will love cards, some people will hate them. My job is to bring them and let people decide. So we thought the ball card was so interesting because many people say they think he's this or that. He's a fascinating person. I got to spend a couple hours with him while he signed them. And I got to tell you, first off, I actually liked him. But, I find him to be very charismatic. And even though he says some crazy stuff, who doesn't?
Right.
So, I find him quite interesting. But the response, selling all 200 cards in 40 seconds is pretty much mind-blowing to me.
I was sitting there refreshing eBay, trying to pick them up for myself because I thought it was such a great idea. And I love the inscriptions, all the quotes. So innovative. And honestly, what'd you sell them for? They were buy it now at $59. I think that's what you were doing them at.
Yeah, I think maybe $69.95 or $59.95, something like that.
Obviously, they were worth a lot more than that, so I think you kind of maybe left a little bit of money on the table. But I love the fact that you released it that way, made it super transparent. You let everybody know when you were going to release them, and the
only thing we could have done better, we could have listed 200 individual auctions, which would have helped ensure that more people got one.
Yeah.
But we thought we were taking it. Honestly, I'll be honest. When we used to listen to them, I thought it's going to take a day or two to sell out. I really projected 1 to 2 days to sell out.
Well,
I didn't think 40 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say they sold out in less than a minute, right?
Less than a minute, and
instantly,
you had a better chance of getting floor tickets to see Bono and U2 than getting a LeVar Ball card. It's kind of silly, but it's fascinating to me. I found it interesting. I was having a conversation with someone the minute we put them on sale. And they asked me about it, so then I went on eBay to show them what the cards look like. And I couldn't find the auction. I was like, did it not list? And then I looked in my inbox, and they were all sold. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, this is surreal.
It was
crazy.
It was crazy.
Money because it's no money.
Yeah,
we made very little money on that. It wasn't about profit. It was, and again, we could have charged $150 a card. We probably would have sold out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a profit enterprise. It was just something interesting. Because again, the hobby needs as much interesting attention as possible. And a little controversy is not bad either, as long as it's healthy controversy.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to spin into. We're going to talk about the Floyd McGregor duels that we have a picture of. But I wanted to ask your opinion on, and our show's unfiltered, so you can say whatever you want to say. What is your opinion on the Panini Dak situation that transpired the last couple weeks?
Well, here's the thing. As a manufacturer, I pretty much have this opinion, and it's not just because I'm a manufacturer, and this is what a manufacturer should say. But when I think about this ethically, I think the big thing is we guarantee autographs in our product. We guarantee them. Now, if there's ever a problem, and to my knowledge, we have not had a problem in the marketplace. If there's ever a problem, you can rest assured it's due to nothing that we've done. We've caught players trying to do things before. We've caught kids color photocopying stickers before.
Wow.
We've caught kids having girls inscribe their cards and they sign them. We've caught all kinds of crazy stuff, and so we are pretty good at catching stuff. We may not be I hope we're perfect, but who knows? No one's perfect.
Right.
But with that being said, I think all a company can do is stand behind their stuff. So if there is a problem, you make it right.
Right.
And so from my perspective, if a company falls into the situation the Dak thing happened, they're making it right. That's you can argue, is that enough? Is it, whatever? That's all between them and the customer. But the fact that you say, we stand behind what we make, that's all you can do. So from that standpoint, this is a controversial opinion, I'd say you have to applaud Panini for standing behind their products.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, with that being said, I would, as much as anyone, I'd love to know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
because I saw those cards very early in the process. And, I saw those cards very early before the news broke. I happened to see those cards because someone showed them to me. And I was of the same opinion that they were a problem. At least the ones I saw. I don't know about all of them. But, again, the key thing is, do manufacturers stand behind what they put out? And in this case, I'll say, from what I've heard, Panini is standing behind it, and that's all you can do.
Yeah.
So you can expect that from me, too. If there's ever a problem, I hope people know by now we would 100% stand behind it. Would I love to be the fly on the wall that knows everything? Of course. But it really doesn't matter. Our hobby needs to focus on the positive things we have going on. There's going to be little faux pas here and there. Some of them get blown out of proportion more than others, or become big stories more than others.
Right.
But again, the manufacturer stands behind the product, and hopefully it changes how we do things as manufacturers to make sure that we are really doing the best job we can of ferreting these things out before they become public issues instead of private issues.
Now, for somebody who's great at marketing, you got the LeVar Ball on the ESPN. Do you think Panini could have came out ahead of this and maybe made more awareness for the hobby by coming out and responding right away to it?
Listen, it's easy. It's so easy to be Monday morning quarterback.
Right. Yep.
It's so easy to say, well, I would have come out. Well, guess what? I don't have licenses with the leagues.
Yeah.
I don't have some of these things that they have to manage. But I can tell you this, I would have spoken to Dak before I came out and said anything. I would have spoken to his people. So, I don't blame them for knowing what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because one of the dumbest things you can do anywhere in your life, whether you're a card manufacturer or you're working at a restaurant or whatever it is talking out your backside.
Right.
It's always best to know what you're talking about. So I never blame anyone for doing their due diligence. I think the key is you stand behind what you make it right if there's ever a problem. And I think when the customer knows that, it gives a confidence that really is so critical in our business.
Yep.
It's critical to know that when you get a redemption card, you're going to get taken care of. Even if the guy doesn't sign, you'll get taken care of. If there's a problem like this, you're going to get taken care of. And that's all we can do.
Yep.
So from that standpoint, if I was a customer, while I would love to know more, I think they're doing what I would be entitled to know. I think they'd be fixing the card, and that's plenty. I think it's good for customers to see that the manufacturers stand behind it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's well said. And we've never, Leaf has always taken care of us in the 7 years that we've been involved with Leaf and breaking products and stuff like that. So, rest assured, the Leaf always takes care of everybody. I wanted to talk about this photo that we got of Mayweather and McGregor. Is that going to be in something in the National? Is that going to be in a national pack? Or
here's what you got. We started the redemption program. The second one was in a game used hockey. We have a special dual autograph for the top 2 picks in the hockey draft. And if you open a case, you get that, plus a special Eichel jersey set. But what's really cool is, Leaf has the top 2 picks in the hockey draft exclusive.
Yep.
This is mind-blowing because I don't remember Upper Deck not having the number 1 pick ever. But to not have number 1 or 2, it's borderline fatal. And so, again, we were excited the players chose us. They had a choice. And, for them to choose us over the establishment speaks hopefully a lot about us, but they both stepped up and chose Leaf. And so we figured what better way to utilize that and to celebrate that than do a card for the National. If you buy a case of in the game used, break it at our booth. You get one of these dual sign cards of Nico Hischier and Nolan Patrick. So that's cool. But what you pointed out was what I think is probably the single coolest redemption card we've ever been a part of.
Yes.
And it's that crazy Mayweather-McGregor dual autograph.
Perfect timing.
And whether you think it is the fight of the century or the scam of the century or whatever you think it is, we're going to be talking about it for a while, obviously.
Yep.
And so for us, we were pleased that we were able to lock down Mayweather. We did that earlier this year. To be able to get McGregor is huge because, if you've bought a UFC product recently, you know how very few of his cards are actually in the packs versus redemptions.
Right.
So it's really exciting that we got them both signed, and then when the fight popped up, it was like magic.
Nice.
So we looked at that and said again, what is a great thing we could do? Because, again, how many customers buy Pop Century? A ton. How many buy in-the-game used hockey? A lot. But what about everybody else who doesn't fit into one of those two products? So we said, let's give people a reason to open anything Leaf pretty much.
Yep.
So if you open a box of 2011 to present Leaf Hobby, any Leaf Hobby product at our booth, and for breakers, we can come over when you guys break. If you break some there at the show, we can give tickets there. But basically, you get a ticket for every box you break of anything Leaf Hobby at our booth.
Nice.
Every day must be present to win. We are going to give away one McGregor Mayweather.
Wow.
There's only 5 total cards. That's it.
Wow. Awesome.
So there's 5 cards. Those have to be $1,000 to $2,000 a card.
Yeah, easy.
They just have to be. They have to be. So to me, that's a fun way to say, you know what? Collect whatever you love, Leaf, and we're going to give you a chance to win something really, really cool for supporting Leaf here at the National. Because we know you have a choice of all kinds of things to buy, all kinds of things to see and do, and places to spend your time. When you spend it with us enjoying our products, we want to try to show some appreciation. So while there is no formal redemption program for this hundreds of items that this would apply to, we figured why not make the chance to win these cards exclusive to people who participate in breaking various Leaf boxes.
Absolutely.
So that's a great reason for all dealers to bring everything Leaf you've got out there and give people some great choices.
And you also, we have a picture of Floyd, a little teaser for your Leaf Pearl. So tell us a little bit about Leaf Pearl. It looks beautiful cards.
Well, Leaf Q we've made in the past, Q, and it's a phenomenal product. Great player selection. Same thing this year. Phenomenal player selection, all those things. But with Pearl, we said, what is the most stunning? What would we do that would people would say, holy cow, how is that a player licensed product and not a legal? How is that possible? Because, again, we've done this in football with metal football.
Yep.
People almost forget that it's not a legal licensed product because it's become mainstream.
Sure.
I don't call them unlicensed, I call them player licensed. But for a player licensed product to compete with NFL products, people have really accepted our draft football items as mainstream items. And so our goal was to take this multi-sport and say, let's take it up a notch. How can we do it? So we basically, it has some of the beautiful elements that you see like in Immaculate, some of those ultra-high gloss, stunning, PETG covers, the plastic that's on the front of the card. It basically is a very beautiful, clean, classy, elegant set. And I think that's what we wanted to bring with our ultra most high-end limited item we've ever made. We haven't announced any details, but it's going to be a 4-figure box, retail.
Nice.
So it's an expensive box, but the content is ridiculous.
Well, and if anybody watches Leaf Q over the years, you can see, how beautiful the patch is.
It's phenomenal. And the thing is, you can't get slaughtered opening it, unlike many products in the market. You open it, and you're like, man, that's solid.
Yeah.
So I think what's exciting here is the checklist is ridiculous. The cards are stunning, and the production is minuscule. I believe the production is going to be 400 boxes.
Nice.
That's it, which is nothing. That's like a blip. So we expect this to be ultra mega limited, and we think people are going to go crazy, even at the high price point. And when you see the McGregors there, it's a beautiful card.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
It is.
It's just stunning. And so we see again, we think that market, we think, is still hungry for value-driven releases, and we've really surprisingly well with high-end items for player licensed.
Right, and that's
some people look at it's amazing, really.
It is, and I was going to say, we Conrad broke our Trinity, and we got to see the cards, and what you don't see in Panini products is you're making sure you're getting all the big guys pretty much in a case, and you guys do a great job of bringing that value.
And again, that's what's beautiful about cards is people have a choice. And again, in the old days, like 5 years ago, I would have said, well, look how much value I put in compared to these guys or whatever. We all offer different stuff.
Yeah.
Panini's in the great, they have a great offering in their items that are legal licensed with the logos and the college licensing, and they've got some great things to offer because of that. But I think we have some different great things to offer. And I think that's where we're finding our niche is we're saying, you know what, in lieu of licensing, we're going to do it with content. Now, will our stuff sell as high? No, because we make it too easy to get Deshaun Watson compared to other products. So, yes, some people will look at our stuff and say, oh, well, your Deshaun Watsons don't go for as much. Yeah, but we put them in every case of cards.
Right.
Not every case, but in most cases have Deshaun Watson or Trubisky.
Right.
You're getting the top guys very regularly, And our checklist is not as deep. We don't dig as deep with a number of players. So, yes, we may miss an ultra-rare super sleeper, but we're not putting – we didn't even do deals with guys like Myles Garrett. I mean, we left out – I mean, there are defensive guys in the first round that are good players. We just didn't do them.
Yeah.
Because we're so heavily focused on offensive skill guys. So it's just different. Again, and that's what's beautiful is people can figure out what it is they like. For some people, they're going to say, I don't like cards without the team logos. I don't want those. Super. Go buy the products that have the logos. Other guys are going to say, I want ink from the best guys. Great. Leaf's great for getting ink from the best guys.
Absolutely.
And that's the beautiful part. People have choices, and I think for the first time in a long time, I actually think the companies are doing a good job of putting out more compelling products, generally, including us. I think the products everywhere are more compelling than they were 5 years ago.
Well, that was going to lead into a few more questions I have for you. I know you've been kind of outspoken sometimes with exclusives and the topic of exclusives. Do you ever imagine at any point in the next 10, 15 years that manufacturers will be able to work together for the greater good of the hobby in order to say, like, UD gives, Jordan a Panini or whoever, or everybody kind of works together? Because it just seems like from our standpoint, we try to work together with our competitors and make it fair for our customers at the same time. Do you ever see a way that people will be able to kind of come together on working together with these things, or is it always just going to be crushing?
They've been asking this question in the Middle East for hundreds of years now, and before all the way back to the Crusades, there are certain things people cannot agree on.
Yeah.
And it's a tough situation. The manufacturer. Here's the thing, though. We can be competitors, and then we can be competitors at the expense of the good of the industry.
Right.
And again, I'm the first guy who's come out and been overly critical when I saw that things were not being done right in the world, in the marketplace. But the fact is, it's not my job to police the business. My job is to deliver the best I can. What I can do is try to have a positive coexisting relationship with the other manufacturers. And I would say at this point, I feel like I have that with Panini and Topps, that we are very friendly competitors. Not that we're going to go sing Kumbaya on the corner every night. but you know what? The thing is, we respect what each other does. And it's not about trying to cut other people down. It's about really putting our best foot forward and building ourselves up.
Yeah.
And I think you see that. Like, I've never heard Panini publicly come out and say, well, Leaf did this or that or this. Or Topps come out, because they're classy organizations that are pretty much, they do it right. Now, I can't say that us and Upper Deck have that level of friendliness at this point. I'm sure there's some bitterness because we're not going to roll over and let them have an illegal monopoly in the hockey market. We're not going to do that. We're going to have kind of competition in this marketplace. But, the fact is, again, I want to get along with everybody. I think it's good for the customer.
Yeah.
I really do. Like the football market right now, I'm pretty happy with itself.
Yeah.
Us offering some early season draft products, then we step aside and let Panini, have their day in the sun for 9 months, where they're the only company really offering football products. I think it's a great mix the way it works. I think it's good for the collector. The number of releases is a somewhat manageable level. And, I overall am pretty pleased with it. I wish that kind of, friendliness could go all the way around.
Absolutely.
But I don't see companies working together and Upper Deck saying, hey, take Jordan, and Panini saying, oh, no, take Kobe. That's not going to happen.
Right.
There's no chance. There's 0% chance of that happening.
I mean,
I would think before that would happen, you would see further consolidation in the industry.
Gotcha.
And see manufacturers buying each other or merging or something. I would see that more so before you would see people just giving up their exclusives to be nice.
Now, do you think there would be any difference with the Upper Deck situation? Say Richard McWilliams was still kind of doing what he was doing. If he was still involved, do you think it'd be a little bit different of a marketplace for you guys coexisting?
Only because we were friendly.
Yeah.
I think it would have been. Because he was a friend of mine. I mean, I actually considered him a friend. But some of the negatives that come from those kind of friendships after he's gone, there may be some animosity with other people there and whatever it is, stories behind the curtain that are probably, not mine to share.
Right.
That realistically, it's just a different era. And you have to understand, companies are fighting for their life out there in some cases.
Absolutely.
Upper Deck only having hockey and Marvel, that's a fight.
Yeah.
They're not just rolling in cash, and it's not their fault. It's just they've been kind of squeezed out of the other licenses.
Yeah.
Topps only having baseball, it's a different
Right.
And so I really could see some consolidation. I mean, I really could. And I don't know if that'd be good or bad for the hobby, but I can see it happening.
Well, that was
I
going
can see tops getting sold. We've had people talk to us before. I could see one of our companies being sold easily.
Yeah.
I've heard Upper Deck may have some reasons why they may not be sold, but I think you could see some consolidation other places, absolutely.
And that kind of leads me into the next question. Where do you see this hobby? It is a very broad question, but where do you see this hobby in 10 years from now?
I think there's 2 or 3 manufacturers total. There will definitely be less manufacturers 10 years from now than there are today. I personally think I would not be shocked if there was one manufacturer 10 years from now. But as long as no one buys Leaf, there will be at least 2.
Yeah. Because
Leaf's going nowhere. We're doing. I think we're really executing better than we ever have before. Our products have gotten more mainstream acceptance than they ever have before. So we're not going anywhere. But I would not be shocked if there were one company, one manufacturer, and that's it. I really wouldn't be shocked. Now, I also wouldn't be shocked if there were 3 or 4 still. But my gut instinct is that there'll be some consolidation in the business. I do believe that. And I think we're on the right track. Again, I'd love to see less reliance on autographs and game use for products to sell.
Right.
But there can only be so many Ginters where that actually works. It's just there's not that many situations like that. They've done such a beautiful job with that to find a product that they could make compelling without the sole driving factor being autographs and game use. But I wish there were more products like that in the marketplace, really. But I think the market is really. I think we're in pretty good shape. I really do. This is the healthiest it's been.
Oh yeah.
A lot of it's thanks to Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger, and because those guys are good, now they're looking at the next wave of guys, whether it's Clint Frazier or Nick Senzel, or pick your guy that you think, Brendan Rodgers, whoever you think the next one's going to be.
Right.
Trey Turner. But it's really made the market pretty healthy. And I think next year's football is bigger.
Yeah.
Next year's football is 2018 football, quarterback, city.
Yeah.
3 guys in the top 5 most probably, and they're good. They're not garbage. So we have some exciting times ahead. I think we have so much reason to be bullish right now. We should just be so excited. I'm telling you, I have not been more giddy about the business than I am today.
And we can agree with you there. Absolutely. So before we let you go, I wanted you to, tell everybody, or promote what you want to promote about the National, about upcoming products, and we want to make sure that we drive people to you at the National and drive people to your website and get people to buy your product because we love your product and we love that you're on our show. So we're gonna give you some time to go ahead and say whatever you want to say.
Listen, one thing. While I am a bit of a promoter, one thing I'm trying to do less and less of is pimp my product, so to speak. I think more than ever, they're speaking for themselves. We've never been about big advertising. We've always been about word of mouth. Let people start buzzing about stuff, and once they get exposed to it, they'll see the difference.
Absolutely.
So we're going to let the products talk for themselves. But at the National, if you happen to be coming to Chicago next week, it's going to be fun. Honestly, my biggest thing is interacting with our customers. I don't know how the other companies work, but I will be at the booth most of the show, sitting and talking to collectors and dealers and watching box breaks and experiencing that with people.
Well, you are the most animated guy in this hobby. One of probably the most top 5 interesting guys in this hobby.
Mike Wazowski on Monsters Inc. is animated too, so I don't know if being an animated character is what I want the comparison to. But I'll tell you what. I love interacting with the collectors and the dealers and the people who break products. I love it. Yeah. I think I have appointments to go on with a bunch of the breakers there and break products, and I really enjoy it. I do. And so from my perspective, that's what we get the most value out of is the interaction. And people are pretty honest with me, believe it or not, because I try to be the guy you can actually tell, hey, I hate this, or hey, I love this. I'm not going to put you in timeout and tell you a product because you didn't like something.
Well, I think the key is you have passion, and a passion wears on your shirt.
Well, and I'll come back to you. If you tell me something's terrible, if I don't agree, I'll tell you why I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah.
But if I agree with you and I did something poorly, I'll tell you, yeah, I did poorly. Because I've screwed up things before. Not that often, but occasionally I've made some, products where I'm like, I could have done that better. But again, I love that interaction. So I would say come by the booth. Anybody who's listening, come by the booth, say hi. And interact with us, because again, it's an invitation that you're not going to get from, manufacturers all that often. Take advantage of it. You can have some say, and that's how things change in the business and how products are developed, and that's part of the evolution of the business and why things are better now than they've ever been. Absolutely. So we would encourage people to do that, and then also break leaf boxes at our booth, not just the 2 items that have specific redemptions tied to them, but anything Leaf Hobby from 2011 to present, and then come back for the drawing every day. The times will be posted at the show. Try to get a Mayweather McGregor, because I think those cards are sick.
They are.
And
I'm
I
gonna
think,
try.
again, there's only 5 of them, numbered to 5, one every day.
Nice. Definitely.
I think I know what I'm doing at the National.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a pop
There
century.
you go. It'll be fun.
And your
And there's
your
some-
buybacks
the
are
good part
second.
about what you buy. There's some affordable items out there that you can actually take advantage of
Yep.
that are really still pretty good values.
Yep.
Yep, and as I say, your buybacks are second to none in the industry too, as well. And I know it's
Well, we
secondary
spend
to
a lot
your
of money,
original
trust me.
products, but you guys do a great job picking out the right names to put in your product.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We try hard, and so far, fingers crossed and knocking on wood, it's worked pretty well for us.
Well, sounds good, man. Well, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to be on the show. We had a good time
For sure,
chatting
you
with
guys
you.
are awesome.
Yeah, and we'll be running into you at the National and probably doing some media there for you and putting some stuff up on YouTube and showing everybody that can't make it to the National what's going down at Leaf. So
Perfect. Hit me up anytime. You're buying the pizza. Bring it by Giordano's.
yeah,
There we go. There we go.
all right, Brian.
Guys, can't wait to see you there.
All right, take care, Brian.
Take care.
Be good, my friends.
All right.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Well,
All right.
that was a good interview. I enjoy talking to Brian. Like I said, he's one of the most exciting guys in this hobby, and not afraid to speak his mind. And I think we got a little bit of that there. And he's always looking for new and exciting things, like the Mayweather McGregor duel, like getting LeVar Ball on, thinking outside the box, and bringing that to collectors. But
Absolutely. With that LeVar Ball, one of the smartest guys in the room to do that. I mean, LeVar Ball, obviously, when it comes to sports, ESPN, stuff like that, I mean, how many times is that guy saying something?
Yeah.
Main story on ESPN, look what LeVar Ball said. And I think some other manufacturers kind of steered away from that. They're like, well, we don't want bad press from
Right.
this. But obviously there was a demand for that. And those inscriptions that were on there, I was scrolling through them. I was laughing my ass off. And I was like, you know what? This is awesome. And I'm like, and then I looked at the price that people were selling them for, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, selling for like 60, 70 bucks, and instantly they're going for like 250 bucks. I was like, this is crazy.
Nuts.
So obviously a demand for that. I mean, like LeVar Ball or not, the guy is he's entertaining.
Yeah, he's a marketing genius.
He's good at marketing, and it's like a train wreck sometimes. You don't want to watch, you don't want to look at it, but you can't help it. So
Yeah.
you're just waiting for what he's going to say next. So I give props to Brian Gray for making that happen. And I wouldn't mind seeing some more LeVar Ball through some more releases.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more of that stuff in the market. I like that stuff. I like kind of pushing the envelope and seeing what happens in the marketplace.
Absolutely.
So I like that.
Yeah, and Jay August, I totally would rip your rip card for you, but I think it would take me too long to find it, and there would be dead air. But maybe we can do it during the feed for you if you're around. So, and I just saw your questions as well. I would have picked that up, but I was trying to make sure that there was no audio coming in during the talk.
Actually, that was we were flying by the seat of our pants on that interview. That is, we didn't really test that out.
Yeah.
We probably should have spent a little bit more time testing it out. We didn't. I actually think it went over pretty well.
Yeah, we'll have to listen to the audio later. So.
We were running. I mean, as you can see, if you're watching the video, me and Doug got really close there for a second because we needed to. We have a separate USB mic we're running the Skype on, and then we have the two dynamic microphones we're running the live feed from. So there's a lot going on. So overall, it sounded like Brian can hear us, and that's good.
Yeah.
And I can hear Brian, and hopefully you guys can hear Brian. So overall, solid.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention, if you download our app, there is a free 4-box break of Prestige to sign up for. So when the deadline hits, we're going to take all the names that entered in, and we're going to give away 32 teams, and then whatever autograph we pull out of Prestige is going to be yours if you're entered in. So download the app and go into the exclusive section, and there'll be a link. You'll have to copy and paste it because I don't know how to hyperlink on a mobile app, but you can copy and paste it, put it in your browser. And also, I'm going to have a retweet contest for this show, and we're going to give away a box of Ginter. So look for that on Twitter on how to win a sealed box of Allen and Ginter that just came out today. But we've got breaks coming up. Optic is filling up right now, so we're going to close out the show. We've got Optic, we got Pantheon, we got more Grand Reserve, and more Ginter. I think we're going to be live until like midnight tonight, so it's a 15-hour day of broadcast sports card fever. So we'll see you guys next week. Next week, we'll be previewing more national stuff because it's going to be National Week and more exciting stuff will come out. So check us out next Wednesday, The Hype. I think Troy will be in studio. And, we're going to get ready to get on a plane the next day. So we'll check us out then. And check out breaks on mojobreak.com. Peace out.
Later.
Peace, guys.